Hi, my name is Michelle Abersold. I'm a clinical professor at the University of Michigan School of Nursing, and I'm working with Dr. Noelle Aaron on this project using NatureTrack on the Oculus Go. So what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of a walkthrough on how to use the Go, how to set it up, and then also how to work with the NatureTrack program. So here you will see a layout of the Oculus Go. If you look up on the top, you will see a little arrow pointing to the power button. That allows you to turn the Oculus Go on and off. The volume control is next to it, and that allows you to control the volume of the Go. On the side, you will see the little charging port, and you'll use that to plug in the Go in order to charge it up. When it's fully charged, the light will be green. Now the controller has several features on it that will be important to navigate around inside NatureTrack. And I'll go through this again as we're doing our walkthrough. So if you look at the front of the controller, you will see a little trigger. And so that little trigger, if you pull it in and you're pointing at something, you would enter that screen or you may do an action. Also, once you're inside NatureTrack, you hold that trigger down and you will move forward. Now on the top is the touchpad. So similar to a mouse pad that you might have on your computer. That will allow you to turn, if you swipe it to the right, your perspective or what you see, you will sort of shift to the right. And if you swipe it to the left, then you will look to the left. The other thing that it allows you to do is to launch some really cool butterflies and other things into the environment. And to do that, you will look at it inside and you'll see maybe there's a flower on there, or maybe you want to select something different. If you push down on the very the part of that touchpad that's closest to the back and Oculus button, then you will see which character to select. If you push on the very front of that, which is up by the trigger and away from the back and Oculus button, and then let it go, you're going to see the objects fly through the air. And again, I'll demonstrate that when we're inside the system. The Oculus button is the button that you will use to exit out of the scene when you're done. So you just push it down and once and let it up, and you'll see where it sort of takes you, and you could pause or resume or exit. And then the back button, if you push that down and then just release it, it will actually show you a menu, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we are going to move into our walkthrough in just a minute. Okay, so here we are. We are moving into our VR environment. All right. So I'm going to, you can see here, I can look at my controller. I'm pressing the Oculus button to enter in. What's going to happen when you enter in is you're going to get this loading page. It'll say, Welcome, School of Nursing. And then if you don't see NatureTrack up here, then you simply go down, click on the library, and it will bring up all of the programs that are in the library. And here is NatureTrack. So we are going to click this, and I'm using the trigger to click and release, and that opens us into NatureTrack. So now it is going to put us into this little cool lobby area. And now that we're in the lobby, if you look around, you're going to see things like this little flower here and another flower here. And as it just sort of goes along, you just see different images. If you look up, you're going to see where we have the earth. Now, if I look at my controller, you see how it has this little sparkly thing? It's like a little swirly thing on there. If I want to shoot that up into the air, I'm going to press the top of my controller, and it goes up there. See how it sort of rains down little sprinkles. Now, if I want to choose something different, then I take the back part of my pad, and looks like right now we just have that. So I can shoot that up there, but just play around with this. Play around with picking different things. Now, let's go into an environment. So let's pick green meadows. So I point at that, pull the trigger in and release it, and now it takes me into green meadows. And it just takes a minute to switch over and load everything up. And here we are in green meadows. So we can turn our head, we can look around, we see a little deer and a bunny. And if I take my controller and I swipe to the right, you'll see my perspective turn to the right. And I can also turn my head. But if I just want to hold my head still and switch to the left and left again, just swipe to the left, swipe to the right. But if I want to hold my little trigger in, I can move forward, and here I go. Now, you might want to do a little stop and start at first so that you don't get dizzy. And then you can swipe again. Oop, I like that tree there. I'm going to go sort of look at that tree. So here I go, walking to the tree. And, look around and see what the environment has to offer. It's very peaceful. And now we have a little brook or a river, and I'm just going to kind of stop here. So now if I look at my controller, remember how I said you can look at different things in the environment, or you could put things into the environment. So now I'm going to push the top. There we go. Oh, look, I made a tree grow. Oh, that is so cool. I want another tree there. But let's say I want to do something different. So if I push the back side of that, and you just have to play with it. It gets a little tricky. So now if I look down there, I see a flower. So again, push the front part. You see your little things go. And I just planted some flower seeds. So look at the pretty flowers. There we go. So again, just play around with it. You can't break it. And, oh, I'm going to make it rain. Look at that, raindrops. Wow, that was really fun. So now let's say I'm done. I can push the little back button, which is the button closest to the pad, and it'll take me to the main menu. Push the little house. And I'm back out here. Now let's say I want to do orange sunset. That looks really pretty. Let's go into there. And here we go. Now let's say I'm in orange sunset and I decide I wanted to go back out, but maybe I was pushing buttons and I accidentally pushed that Oculus button. Oh, look, it took me back out. Now I'm back in the canyon. What? So basically, you just hit the little resume button and it'll put you right back where you were. Now in this one, you'll see I have a tree. I can plant trees in my forest. So there we go. There goes a tree. Look at that. I can make more trees. I can shoot and put trees anywhere I want. Pull my trigger in, and now I'm walking through this very peaceful forest. Oops, don't hit the tree. If you turn the controller, if you turn your hand right and left, it'll actually take you right and left as well. So now I might want to see what else I can put into the environment. Oh, look, it's like a cool little bug. Here we go. Oh, fireflies. Oh, how fun. I loved fireflies as a kid. Nice. Okay, so now let's say you'll want to spend a little more time, but for the purposes of this, I'm going to hit the little back button and pop up my menu. Oh, and sometimes you kind of have to look around to see where your menu went. So I am actually going to click resume here. If you've lost sort of a perspective, if you hold down the Oculus button, it'll sort of help reorient the controls and everything. Yeah, not quite there yet, but in any case, part of that is because oh, you know what? I'm next to a tree. No wonder why I can't see my things. So I'm going to resume. There we go. Now let me try putting my menu button up. There we are. Now I can see it. All right, so I'm going to go to my main menu. And now I'm coming back to the lobby. And so I'm going to go ahead and shut down because I've decided I'm done for the day. So I just push the Oculus button once and I say quit, and it takes me back out. Then you just simply take the headset off and turn it off and you are done.